Hello, my name is Mr. Wilson and I am currently acting head of Agriculture and Horticulture and Level 2 and Level 3 BTEC here at Ripley School. So today I'm talking about the Level 3 Extended Certificate in Animal Management, which we've been running here at Ripley for several years using the facilities and the farm and the animals that we have here on site. During this course, you'll gain practical experience about all aspects of looking after animals, large animals and small animals. And this is really the perfect qualification for future careers in animal science, farming, animal husbandry. If you're interested in a career looking after dog boarding kennels, working in a pet shop, that kind of thing. There is a route that you can take into vet science by doing a foundation year at university with this qualification, but this wouldn't take you directly to vet college. You would need the sciences in order to do that. But for other careers, it would be the perfect intro to do that. Now, in order to do the subject here at Ripley, you do not need to have studied the level 2 qualification. It would be an advantage if you had. But in the past, we have had students coming from other schools, so those are the people I'm talking to right now. And we had a young lady came from Central a couple of years ago. She was an outstanding student. She got a distinction qualification with this, with no background information whatsoever. So please do not think that that is going to hinder your progress through this subject if you've not done it before. The entry requirement is the standard sixth form entry requirement, but I would stress the IT skills are essential. You will be completing pieces of coursework. In fact, 80% of the course is coursework, and they will all be submitted electronically. So it's very essential that you've got good IT skills, that you've got good time management skills, and there is an exam. The final unit that we take here at Ripley is the exam, which you will be taking in the January or whatever year it is in the future when we do this. But that exam is 3 hours long and it's quite comprehensive in terms of an appraisal of an animal management unit. So the course content is made up of these 5 units, starting with the animal welfare and ethics. There is a unit on practical animal husbandry. There is a unit on animal behaviour. Animal health and disease is the 4th unit. And then the 5th unit is work experience. Now, the animal welfare and ethics is the examined unit, and that gives you an appreciation and understanding of the issues involved with establishments out there in the world that look after animals. So the exam could be based on, for example, a dog boarding kennel. It could be based on a farm. It could be based on an open farm. It could be based on a zoo. It could be based on a pet shop. And you have to look at this through the lens of an animal welfare inspector and looking to see what's good about the establishment and what isn't good about the establishment. So we would obviously teach the content on that and get you ready for it, but that then with all the other units would qualify you to be able to take up a position in such an establishment like that. In fact, the level 3 qualification does qualify you to manage a pet shop, to manage a boarding kennel, to work for an animal care centre. And we have to demonstrate and prove through this course that you are completely competent at doing that. So I would say right now, if you are scared of animals, if you are apprehensive about working with them, well, this probably would not be the course for you, because you will have to get hands-on with all sorts of different creatures, all the way from the bearded dragon, the rabbits that we have here at school, to larger animals like cattle, sheep, alpacas and ponies. The unit on practical animal husbandry is a unit that spans the whole of the first year of the BTEC, and that's where you look at how to feed, clean and care for animals. And as part of that, you'll have to record a photo log. Whenever you work with the animals, you have to detail exactly what you've been doing with them. So again, that's where your organisational skills come in, because you have to keep up to date with that. And if you are good at IT and you can record that electronically as you're going along, that will save you an enormous amount of time as well. Now, in terms of the animal behaviour unit, that is really about studying the ways that animals communicate so that we can read the behaviour of the animal and we can understand from them exactly what they are trying to communicate back to us in terms of how they are and how they are doing. And again, we'll be using the animals that we have here at the school to do that, and we may also be bringing animals in from outside for you to gain further experience. Animal health and disease, that's all about identifying the common causes of illness and the common diseases and disorders that occur with our animals in a practical setting. And you'll be learning as well how to apply basic treatments to the animals for both large and small. And what we do as well, and again, if you're squeamish, you do need to think about this. The photograph that we'll be showing you in this presentation is of a cesarean being taken place last year here at school on one of our sheep, and we would be not allowing you to get involved, but certainly we will be wanting you to observe and understand the process that takes place in that. The final unit is the work experience unit. Now, in order to qualify for the level 3 BTEC, you do have to undertake 75 hours of work experience out there in the workplace, and that could be conducted through working for a farmer, working at a vet's, a pet shop, an animal rescue centre. We've had students who've worked at the local livestock auction. We've had students who've worked at dog grooming places, kennels, catteries, and even some of the local farms and petting zoos that are in our area. So you would have to find that work experience for yourself, and again you'd have to log all the hours, what you do, when you work there, and that counts as evidence towards the BTEC. The grading criteria is from pass to distinction star, and the pass is the equivalent of an E at A level, a merit, a C, a distinction, an A, and a distinction star, the equivalent of an A star. Now, this would be a subject that you should consider if you are seriously thinking of a future career in animal care. We always say that if you enjoy it, you will do well at it, but there are certain subjects that I would suggest would work really well alongside this. For example, if you were to take up this subject with business and biology, well, that would be the perfect combination, in my opinion, if you wanted to go into management in a boarding kennel or retail or a pet shop, that kind of thing. Other suggestions are that you would take biology and chemistry alongside this subject. Now, that would enable you to look at degrees further down the line in animal management and welfare, zoology, animal science and health. And there's even been a case where somebody took creative media with this subject and went on to get a BA in film television production, making wildlife, pet and nature films. So I would encourage you to consider this subject. As I said at the top of this, it is a very practical subject. You will be expected to get involved. You will be expected to work with the animals. At lambing time, for example, you'll be on a rota, and once lambing starts, each day there will be yourself and a couple of other students possibly who are on the course, and you'll be there to assist the farm technician here at school with any lambing duties. You won't actually physically get involved in lambing sheep, but you'll be there to help with the husbandry, for example, with the feeding and the cleaning and the bedding down of the animals. So if there are any other questions, please do get in touch and I will do my very best to answer them. But the key points are, again, you don't need to have studied this in the first place. You don't need to have the level 2 qualification, although it would be an advantage. The IT skills must be really, really good. Your time management must be very, very good. And you must be prepared to seek out and complete those 75 hours of work experience. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.